What's up? My name's Azure, and I'm making a video game. But it's not the one I wanted to make. Confused? Me too. Don't worry, I'll explain it all in due time. Huh. If you look up Dream Game on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of people who are documenting and sharing how they develop the game they've always dreamed of making. And for me, that's an FPS. I love frantic movement-based games like Sonic, and I love the friendly competitiveness of a match of Fortnite with the guys, and I want to turn that feeling into something tangible I can share with the world. But I'm okay with not going straight for the gold at the moment. I'm barely 17, tinkering around with Godot and YouTube tutorials, and there's a ton of things I have to experience and learn before I feel prepared to go for my dream game. At the same time, something I've always struggled with is trying to focus on a single idea. Whether it be for a game, a video, or something else I'm making, I always end up cobbling together a hodgepodge of ideas that makes no sense. So I was trying to think of like a solution to all of these things, something I'd enjoy making. So an idea popped into my head.
I find all this laughter to be highly illogical.
You know WarioWare? The quick, frantic think on your feet minigame compilation that started off back on the GBA a bunch of years ago? For some reason, it's not on phones yet, nor is any game with a similar formula. It seems perfect. Tons of tiny 5-second long games you can whip out and play at any time. Besides, it's a great way for a dev to barf out ideas onto a console and make something in a short amount of time. So, welcome to Microbits, my hodgepodge of ideas that makes no sense. What I want to do is take every idea I get over the following months, write it down on this notebook, and design a 10 to 20 second game around it. Whether I'm walking back home from the store and it starts to rain, or I come across a cute puppy and pet it, everything can be turned into a game. These will be turned into, well, little bits that you will play in quick succession, and hopefully, in a couple of months, it'll turn into a pile of designs, ideas, and dreams that I can give to others to enjoy. It'll not only serve as an experience to learn more about the development pipeline and prepare myself for my end goal, but it'll also be a representation of everything I want art to be. Because to me, games are an art form. Indie games like Celeste, Undertale, or Stardew Valley represent a special part of a developer, of a person. An artistic, experimental side that only games can fully represent. I want to take all of these ideas that are bumbling around in my head and turn them into my own piece of art for people to enjoy. But before all that, I gotta know how the game's actually gonna work. My idea right now is that the game will have two main modes. First of which will be an endless mode, where the game just cycles through all the microgames without an end. Every time you win a microgame, you get 1 point. So the mode's just gonna be your good old high score based game. The second mode is still kind of in my head, but I'm thinking it'll be like bursts of microgames with boss fights thrown into the mix. Although right now I don't really know. I'll have to experiment and ask all of you if it's any fun.
But as I'm not playing that, it's gonna be full of ads like all other mobile games.
Don't worry, ambiguous audience member, I hear your pleas. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna monetize this game ever since the idea popped up in my head a couple months ago, and all I knew at the time is that I don't want to use any of those annoying pop-up ads. And given that the game's gonna be high score and scoreboard based, I can't have power-ups or advantages locked behind ads.
Let the nerds take over!
If I do, I'm gonna scrub those scores from the scoreboard. So at least right now, I'm planning on using 0 ads at all. But how am I gonna be able to support the development of the game? For that, I'm gonna need your help. You don't need to pay anything, donate anything, or empty your wallet at all. All I need is for you to share these dev videos with a couple of friends. Sounds like begging, I know, but to be completely transparent, if I want to be able to keep the game ad-free, I need to have an influx of money from somewhere. And right now, the most user-friendly bet I have are these videos. I'm planning on releasing a dev video around every 2 weeks, so if you're interested, I'd really appreciate a sub. If you've got any ideas or feedback, feel free to drop it down into the comments. This game is gonna be completely built off of your opinions and feedback, so if you want to be a true pioneer, don't hesitate to write something. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I'm super excited to share this project with all of you and see where it takes us. I'm sure that with your help, this can end up being something really special. See you all in a few weeks.